We're kind of on the very west side of Abraham Lake, and we're here at the second day of October in 2021 to come and explore another great trail in the Abraham Lake, David Thompson Country. So where we're at today is actually at the trailhead to Kinglet Lake. Open all year round. There's a bait ban, trout limit is 0. That's if you're going to the lake to go fishing. Pack out all your garbage, practice low impact hiking and camping, and be responsible with your fires. Just common sense stuff here. Basically, if you go to Sentinel Falls, you go through the ecological plains there. It's kind of a protected area. So this is where that boundary of that stuff starts, kind of right here. But we're actually going to be coming back down from the Kinglet Lake because we're going up on this trail called the Tuff, and we're going up to the Tuff Ridge. And then once we get on top of the ridge, we'll be heading back down the bowl, as you would call it, all the way back down to Kinglet Lake. So we'll be doing it in reverse. We have Miss Heather back as my pace car and also my bear decoy, professional bear decoy. And she runs really fast. So if there's a bear, she runs away, and hopefully the bear doesn't eat me, it just goes after her, all right? I was told that this is a really tough hike. I think it's gonna be comparable to 2 O'Clock Ridge. It's very similar numbers, distance and elevation. So, and hopefully we get some good pictures and content for you guys today. Peace out. Once you reach the 2.3 kilometer mark up the trail, you get this nice little meadow, and on the top you finally get a good view of the whole area, the whole valley, without any trees. There's even like a split. I don't know when they added this marker here, but I think it's kind of recent. Maybe it's not, so if somebody knows, you can leave a comment to let me know when they added this. But there's this nice little pole now that they put in there. So Kinglet Lake is to the hiker's left, and then the Tuff Trail is to the hiker's right. And somebody engraved it with nice little arrows and pretty straightforward. Like if you have the All Trails app, it's also super easy to not get confused with this, but that one leg goes up there, the other one goes back over there. So let's hit back on the trail, and hopefully it doesn't get too steep, but we'll show you guys what it looks on top of the ridge. Peace out. We're over the 5 kilometer mark here, and I think we're only about 600, 700 meters away from the top of the ridge. But you kind of get an opening where everything opens up from the forest, and even in behind us here, it feels like you're just walking on top of this big fat ridge that has like a nice clearing. And then on the backside you can see 2 O'Clock Ridge that we did last June. Actually, it was 3 months ago, almost to the day, where we were on that ridge and we decided to climb all the way up and all the way on the back side. A lot of people that are coming here, there's a few groups we've seen here today, they've all turned around and gone back the other way. I'm not too sure why, but we'll figure out once we get to the top. And this is the gorgeous view we have, unobstructed, of Tuff Ridge and the trail on the way up here, but we had a good view of that one the whole way up. So you're gonna go up to the top?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go up to the top, and then we brought our crazy carpets, and then we're gonna slide back down the scree. All right? Winds are gusting here between 50 and 90 is my guess. It's blowing us over all over the place. And we're just trying to get over and across the ridge. Oh. And then once we're on the other side, then there's a trail that goes down to Kinglet. And if there's not, then we'll make one. Because Kinglet Lake is down there. Oh. Holy shit. Other end of the ridge, and the winds are extreme. The last little bit here, we both got knocked over sideways, which was kind of funny. I think that one might have been 100km/h gust, who knows. But where I am having a lot of equipment failures as well from the wind and the cold, so that's something we have to figure out on my own. But now we're gonna work our way down, and hopefully my GoPro will stay warm enough for you guys to be able to show you guys the path down to Kinglet Lake. And we made it right down to Lake Kinglet and come across a nice crusty old sign that's kind of been eaten up quite a few times here. Officially at Lake Kinglet. And on the west side of the lake, you don't have much of a view, but on the east side, you have a decent little view of the mountains on the side. It's really overcast here today, and we just came down this pass over there. You can't really tell, but at the back over here, we came down there, and now we just came around to discover the lake. And Heather pretended to be a bear and almost made me poop myself, popping out of a tree.
mighty hike, a good 14 or so kilometers, and we noticed that the trail on the way up to Kinglet Lake seemed significantly more difficult than the one going up Tuff. As far as going up and going down, it was fairly easy to do on the Tuff side, but the Kinglet Lake on the way up, you can tell that it's probably not as easy as you think. We thought that Tuff was going to be way more difficult than what it was going to be, and it's relatively easy for us to get up there and then back down. So it was a good day. We were gone for about 6.5 hours. We took a break for lunch just before the ridge, and we stopped around at the lake and had a few more things to eat there. And I'm signing off. We're on more adventures, and we're in the middle of David Thompson Country, right beside Abraham Lake in Alberta, sandwiched in between Banff National Park and Jasper National Park.